Today on the Trent Out Loud podcast. As an independent, it's my duty to stay right in the middle and see things from both sides. But Donald Trump trying to blame DEI for an airline accident? What? For those of you who don't know, I am Canadian, but I'm in the US very often. As of today, if I open Google Maps in Canada, I will see the Gulf of Mexico. But when I'm back in the US and I open Google Maps, I'll see the Gulf of America. What the heck is going on? I've been telling y'all for months that my sources have told me Diddy has reached out to Trump to help him with his case. And y'all didn't want to believe me. Now Tony Buzbee has hired one of Donald Trump's ex-attorneys. I wonder why. What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, y'all know how I get down. My favorite day of the week is finally here. It's Friday, and I got a great show set up for y'all. I made that Friday a little extra long because I'm in a great mood. All right, I have 3 lead stories. We're going to kick it off by talking about Tony Buzbee hiring Trump's ex-attorney to go after Jay-Z and Diddy. Donald Trump blames DEI for American Airlines and the helicopter accident. And we also have an update for you on Wendy WIlliams. In quick news, we're going to talk Jamie Foxx, DJ Khaled, Lil Yachty, Meta, Jennifer Lopez, Google Maps, Bruce and Caitlyn Jenner, Mike Tyson, Harvey Weinstein, and Glorilla. As always, we're going to close out the show with social discussion, question of the day, and a little bit of sports news. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, or your devices up. I'm about to start this Friday show. Let's go. Our first lead story. Donald Trump's ex-attorney joins Sean Diddy Combs' lawsuit. All right, this title from Newsweek is actually not that great. The title should be Tony Buzbee went out and hired Donald Trump's ex-attorney to help him with the Jay-Z and Diddy lawsuit. And you might be asking yourself, why did he do that? Well, Tony Buzbee did that because he is hearing the same news that I'm hearing, maybe from the same sources that I'm hearing it from, that Diddy is reaching out or has reached out to Donald Trump to ask him for help on his case. Now, I know some of you are not going to believe that, and the people who have heard me say that before have dragged me in the comment section and don't believe me. But give me 5 minutes. Let me present to you my case. I have some information that will maybe make you believe it a little bit more, okay? It's fine if you don't, but let me just read this article, and I'm going to tell you something or somebody that Trump is actually helping now who kind of aligns with Diddy, and then you'll see if you believe me or not, okay? But let me just get to this article. So, Mark Kausewitz, President Donald Trump's former personal attorney, has joined lawyer Tony Buzbee and his firm in representing Jane Doe, who has accused rapper Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z of R-wording her at the 2000 MTV Music Video Awards after party. Kausewitz appeared on behalf of Buzbee in a January 22nd court filing refuting Jay-Z's lawyer's motion for the lawsuit against him to be dropped. Jay-Z's, whose real name is Sean Carter, strongly denies the allegations. Lawyers for Jay-Z have been trying for months to get the lawsuit against him dismissed, citing inconsistencies between allegations in Doe's lawsuits compared to an NBC News interview. Kausewitz filed again asking the court not to throw out the case for previously filed reasons, including Doe's allegations are well grounded in fact and supported by a thorough pre-filing investigation. Now, who is Mark Kausewitz? Kausewitz is a prominent attorney and founding partner at the law firm Kausewitz Benson Torres LLP, which is based in New York City. He's well known for his work as a high-profile litigator specializing in complex commercial litigation, corporate disputes, antitrust cases, and securities litigation. Kalsowitz has represented a wide range of corporate clients, including major corporations in industries such as banking, energy, and pharmaceuticals. Kalsowitz gained significant attention as a personal attorney for Donald Trump. He represented Trump in various legal matters, including cases related to the Russia investigation conduct by special counsel Robert Mueller and other legal disputes during Trump's first term of presidency. He also defended Trump in early legal battles, such as those involving his real estate ventures and allegations related to Trump University. Okay, I read all of that to you to just show you to the extent that Mark goes back with Donald Trump, okay? This is even before he was president. This is from Trump University times and times when he was in real estate, okay? He knows everything about Donald Trump, and he has all the dirt on Donald Trump, and him and Trump don't like each other. Okay, just keep that in the back of your head right now, okay? Tony Buzbee is hiring somebody who knows a bunch of dirt on Donald Trump. Now, let me tell you part B to this, okay? Mayor Eric Adams is a mayor in New York City who has a federal indictment with the same court, the same Southern District that's going after Diddy. The Justice Department reportedly discussing dropping case against NYC Mayor Eric Adams. Really, you don't say. I wonder why they're dropping the case against Eric Adams. Listen to this. Senior Justice Department officials under President Trump have reportedly discussed the possibilities of dropping the corruption case against New York City Mayor Eric Adams, according to 5 sources familiar with the matter who spoke to the New York Times. 5 sources. Let me continue. These talks, which also included Adams' defense team, has occurred since Trump took office. Adams' lawyer, Alex Shapiro, does that name sound familiar? Who has also represented Elon Musk and Jay-Z, has been at the forefront of this legal defense. Adams, indicted in September on illegal campaign contribution charges, had pled not guilty and claims the charges are politically motivated, citing criticism from the Biden administration. In recent months, Adams has aligned with Trump, meeting with him near Mar-a-Lago and attending the inauguration. Trump, who has suggested Adams has been pretty unfairly, and that's in quotations, meaning that Trump said this himself, pretty unfairly treated, has indicated he may consider a pardon for Mayor Eric Adams. All right. He thinks he's been treated unfairly and he might consider a pardon. The U.S. Attorney Office in Manhattan is handling the case. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Manhattan handling this case has declined to comment. Okay, so let me bring this all together. What Tony Buzbee is doing is he is protecting himself from Donald Trump potentially helping or interfering with his civil case. Now, yes, it's a lot easier for Donald Trump to help Diddy in his civil case, but Tony Buzbee is after money. It's in his civil case. But who knows how deep the friendship goes? He's helping Mayor Eric Adams. Mayor Eric Adams is super close with Diddy. He gave Diddy the key to the city, right? So that's all a big crew over there, right? Diddy, Mayor Eric Adams, Donald Trump. And I played many a times videos, interviews, and pictures of Diddy and Donald Trump. If y'all think they're tight, there's nothing I could do for you. All right. They've been tight for the past 25 years. So what Tony Buzbee is doing is just protecting himself. If Donald Trump is going to help it, I'm not saying he is. This is just rumors. This is what people are saying. And especially now it's ramping up because we see Trump pretty much just openly helping Mayor Eric Adams. Tony Buzbee is saying, let me hire one of Trump's sworn enemies, his ex-lawyer. So if I have somebody on my team who has dirt on Trump, maybe Trump won't come around here. Again, Tony Buzbee is just after money. We don't know how much, but you know that it's in the upwards of millions of dollars. Jay-Z won't pay, Diddy won't pay. You know it's $20 or $30 million. So Buzbee is saying, look, I need protection. I hear that Trump maybe Tony Buzbee's getting it from the same source as I am. I hear that Trump, now that he's in office and he's doing these things, Diddy's calling him up and being like, yo, you're helping Adams? Yo, help me out. And we all know one of the cases that they would love to have dropped the most would be this Jay-Z and Diddy case. So Tony Buzbee is protecting himself, hiring one of Trump's ex-lawyers that has a bunch of dirt on him. And if he comes messing around with this case, which is indirectly messing around with his ex-lawyer's case, then Trump doesn't want that smoke. Basically is what it is. So I know it's a little bit confusing, but this is how it works in the corporate worlds. And this is how it works in court, right? Like, some people may have some influence over other people, but when you have somebody on your team that has something against you, you're like, hey, you know what? I don't want to be playing around. Look what happened with Michael Cohen and the stuff that he was exposing. And for those who don't know who Michael Cohen is, that's one of Trump's ex-lawyers too, that they had beef. All right. And it's always the lawyers from a while ago that Trump doesn't want to play with. Somebody now, it's okay because he's cleaned up and he's hit all his stuff. And I'm sorry, I might be pissing off for some Donald Trump supporters out here, but he has a past with ex-lawyers and he does not want to play with them because he does not want another issue with like Michael Cohen. So this is what I've heard. Again, this is not 100% sure. This is just sources. This is rumors. But one other thing to point out is that we told you guys about when we heard that Tony Buzbee was hiring a lawyer for himself. Everybody thought that it was weird. Even Megan, our correspondent, our journalist, our trial journalist, she was like, it's weird that Tony would be hiring a lawyer. He has a law firm. Why would he be hiring an outside lawyer? Normally, if you want to hire an outside lawyer, it's for the client, for Jane Doe. She might want to add people to her team. But for Tony to hire Donald Trump's ex-lawyer for himself, there's something going on. I'm telling you that for sure. You have to know that that is something. So that's what I've heard. If I hear anything different, I'll definitely let you guys know. Comment in the comment section below. Word on the street is Diddy is reaching out once again to Trump. Let me know what you think. Our second lead story. Donald Trump blames Biden and DEI policies for mid-air collision despite lack of evidence. Trump is once again stirring up controversy, this time linking former President Biden's diversity, equity, and inclusion DEI practices for a mid-air collision without offering any proof. Trump made the claims on Thursday while speaking at the White House, suggesting that the Biden-era diversity inclusion could have possibly been responsible for Wednesday night's accident. The accident, which involved an American Airlines regional jet and a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter over Washington, D.C., is now being investigated. Trump did not provide any evidence connecting DEI policies to the accident, nor have investigators suggested that diversity hiring practices played a role in the accident. The incident is under federal investigation, and officials have yet to determine the cause, but this has not stopped Trump from making DEI the scapegoat. Okay, before I talk, you know I have to give you my my precursor. I'm not on Biden's side. I'm not on Trump's side. I stay right in the middle. However, when Trump does things like this, it really makes it hard to see things from his lens. I'm going to give you guys a timeline of how Donald Trump got to this process. And then I'm going to ask you, Donald Trump supporters, because I know there's a lot and I love all of you guys. I love it. I love the Trump supporters and the Biden supporters. But I'm going to ask specifically the Trump supporters to explain this to me and let me know what you think of it, okay? So when this happened, and by the way, just my condolences and our condolences and everything to the families affected by this tragedy, okay? Let's just first say that. But let's go on to talk about Donald Trump. So this first happened, the White House put out this statement from Donald Trump, okay? So it says, statement from President Donald J. Trump. I have been fully briefed on the terrible accident that just took place at Reagan National Airport. Thank you for the incredible work being done by our first responders. I'm monitoring the situation and will provide more details as they arise. Okay, that was around 10:30-ish, okay? Then Donald Trump put out what some people are calling the real statement that wasn't written for him on True Social. And he put out this. And just to let you know, this comes out at 12:19 a.m., so around 2 hours after, okay? And he said, the airplane was on a perfect and routine line of approach to the airport. The helicopter was going straight at the plane for an extended period of time. It is a clear night, and he put clear night in cap locks. The lights on the plane were blazing. Why didn't the helicopter go up or down or turn? Why didn't the control tower tell the helicopter what to do instead of asking if they saw the plane? This is a bad situation that looks like it should have been prevented. Not good. Again, not good in cap locks. Okay. So just to give context, this is around 2 hours after the accident happened. I'm going to play a video for you guys of somebody at the airport, a husband at the airport, speaking to a reporter. I don't know what media station this is from, but speaking to a media station about what he's going through. He's sitting at the airport overlooking the water, hoping that rescuers would find his wife. And he shares a text message, the last 20 minutes text message that he got from his wife. And these are the things that people are going through while Donald Trump is putting out statements like this. Just listen to this guy and imagine how he must be feeling. Take a listen.
I'm just praying that somebody's pulling her out of the river right now as we speak.
When was the last time you spoke with her?
She texted me that they were landing in 20 minutes.
Can you show us a text message that you got from her?
Landing in 20 minutes. The rest of my text didn't get delivered.
All right, now that things are in context, just go back 1 minute and listen to me read you Donald Trump's statement again. Listen to the statement now, thinking about what these families are going through. This is just one person. Just imagine the families of that one person, and then you got to times that by 70. This statement was so wrong, okay? My opinion. Now, let's go to the White House. So this was in the morning, all right? Maybe 10 or 12 hours later. This is Donald Trump from the White House briefing room. Take a listen.
Office, they put a big push to put diversity into the FAA's program. This was before I got to office.
Again, I would like to focus on the timeline, not necessarily what he's saying. Take your feelings for DEI out of it. Timeline. He made that statement 12 hours after the incident, okay? Not even every single family member has been notified at this point, okay? Listen to what a reporter asked him. Take a listen.
On DEI and the claims that you've made, are you saying this crash was somehow caused and the result of diversity hiring? And what evidence have you seen to support these claims?
It just could have been.
It could have been, he says. By the way, just want to correct the time. It was 11:45 that he said that, okay? Not 9. So not 12 hours, 14 hours, if that really makes a difference. Now, listen to a video from Caitlyn Collins asking him a similar question. Take a listen.
Even yet know the names of the 67 people who were killed, and you are blaming Democrats and DEI policies and air traffic control and seemingly the member of the U.S. military who was flying that Black Hawk helicopter. Don't you think you're getting ahead of the investigation right now?
No, I don't think so at all.
Does it comfort their families?
They are
to hear you
a group of
blaming
people that
DEI
have lost their lives, but I think that's not a very smart question.
But are you
I'm
blaming-
surprised coming from you.
Are you blaming?
Trying to figure out how you can come to the conclusion right now that diversity had something to do with this crash.
Because I have common sense. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't.
So she asked him the same thing that I'm alluding to. We don't even know the names of the 67 people. We don't know if all of their families have been contacted, and you are blaming Democrats, DEI, the helicopter pilot, and air traffic control. And she says, do you think maybe you're getting a little ahead of yourself? No, not at all. The last thing that I would like to point out is maybe this could be part of the reason why Donald Trump woke up and decided to start blaming DEI. I'll give you guys a timeline. January the 20th, the FAA director was fired from Donald Trump. January the 21st, air traffic controller hiring freeze by Donald Trump. January the 22nd, Aviation Safety Advisory Committee disbanded. January the 28th, buyout and retirement demand sent to existing employees. January the 29th, the first American mid-air collision in 16 years. Listen, I'm going to leave it up to you guys, especially the Trump supporters. What do you guys think about Trump statement, the things that he said, the answers that he answered, and what do you think about the possibilities that Donald Trump might be deflecting blame onto other people so that he does not get blame for himself and the choices that he has made? Not making any accusations, staying in the middle. I'm presenting you guys with evidence. I would just like to hear from you. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comment section below. Our third lead story. Wendy WIlliams reportedly fires her lawyer for failing to challenge her guardianship. Wendy WIlliams is desperate to end her guardianship, firing her court-appointed attorney, Linda Rosinski, for failing to push her case to trial. According to TMZ, Wendy reportedly fired Linda for filing papers challenging the guardianship, but was frustrated when nothing was happening. Currently in an NYC assisted living facility she calls a luxury prison, Wendy has no access to incoming calls or smart devices. Despite claims of dementia, Wendy has sounded lucid in recent interviews. She hopes to travel to Florida for her father's 94th birthday and is doing everything possible to regain her independence. Lisa has yet to comment. All right, so I was hearing on the Breakfast Club a little different from this article where Lauren LaRosa said that she actually spoke with Wendy, and the details of why she fired her is that Linda was pushing to have a trial by judge, and Wendy wants to have a trial by jury. And the reason for that is pretty obvious, where it's better to have the opinion of 12 people than to have the opinion of one judge. And from what I can gather, if you read the tea leaves, clearly this judge is not doing the best things for Wendy. Hopefully she could try to get a new judge, but Wendy obviously doesn't like her guardian, and Wendy clearly doesn't like the lawyer because she just fired her, right? So for those of you who want to go back, scroll down, we really broke everything down with Wendy's guardianship. It was maybe around 20 or 25 minutes where we did a deep dive into her guardian, everything that's going on. We went on the US government website and broke down what a guardianship is. And we also gave you guys an email and a phone number to help Wendy out of this situation. So for those of you who that did, thank you. We also gave a GoFundMe, or told you guys about a GoFundMe, and Wendy has raised, I think it's $50,000 to $60,000 so far, and she's hired a separate personal lawyer to help her with everything that's going on. Also in this update, because I've heard a couple of people a little bit confused, and it said it in here, the lawyer that she just fired is the court appointed, not to be confused with the one that we all helped her get. So she is getting guidance. What I'm not too sure yet, and I've made a couple of calls, I just don't have the answer, is can these new lawyers represent her in the actual guardianship case? Because from what I understand, the court appoints somebody who's in a guardianship program, a lawyer. And now when she fires this lawyer, can you go and hire your own? And the reason why I'm speculating this is when you're under a guardianship program, you're not able to, you're determined not to be able to make decisions for yourself. So will the court allow her to make a decision for herself to hire her or her own lawyer? Or is the court now just going to give her another lawyer? It's so confusing. This is what is horrible about this guardianship program. Once you're deemed that you cannot make decisions for yourself, it's very hard to be like, hi, excuse me, I would like to make a decision for myself. So that's why it's so hard to get out of this. Anyways, just wanted to give you guys an update. If I hear anything more, like I said, I reached out to a couple of people in New York. I haven't heard anything, but I'll let you guys know next week what happens, because we all know, well, I know y'all, especially people that watch my show, I see you guys in the comment section, like free Wendy. So if anybody knows anything out there, let us know in the comment section. And if I hear anything else next week, I'll let y'all know. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. Our first quick story. Jamie Foxx's alleged biological son is homeless and sick and speaks out from his car. A man claiming to be Jamie Foxx's biological son says he's homeless, sick, and living in his car. He's now speaking out about his struggles. All right, a couple of people sent this to me. I'm going to play the video in a second. But guys, just because somebody looks like somebody and just because we all believe that Jay-Z has an illegitimate biological son doesn't mean that every lookalike person is somebody's son. You know what I mean? Like, I'll just play the video. Take a listen.
Yeah, my dad don't care nothing about me. He got me out here homeless. Jamie Foxx, yeah, he got me out here like real down bad. And then trying to deny me. That's the crazy part.
Now, listen, I'm all for like getting to the truth and finding out things and calling sources and stuff, but I'm honestly not even calling anybody for this or trying to dig any deeper. Like I said, Jay-Z's illegitimate son, at least his mom was in a relationship with Jay-Z. You know what I mean? So at least we know that there's a possibility. This guy is literally just coming out from nowhere, and it doesn't even really look that much like Jamie Foxx, if you ask me. But he's just coming out of nowhere, like no relation, no like, ew, my mom was dating him for 2 years around this time. Is it likely that this could have been, or are you just literally like homeless in your car and you're just making a video because you look like Jamie Foxx? Like, stop it. Anybody have any information more? I will send it to me. I will definitely look more into it if we could see something that's legitimate, but come on, this is beyond frivolous. Our second quick story, DJ Khaled has 17 new RIAA certifications after officially selling 75 million records. We love to see it. DJ Khaled has officially achieved the milestone of selling over 75 million records. This includes Wild Thoughts going 8 times platinum and I'm the One going diamond. I don't remember I'm the One. I'll Google it after. I know you guys are going to tell me in the comment section below. By the way, I love you guys, man. Yesterday when I couldn't remember the Reese Witherspoon movie, literally 5 or 6 people were like, yeah, oh gosh, I forgot the name now. What was the name of the movie? Oh my gosh. Yo, my memory, man. Anyways, it was a Reese Witherspoon movie, and they told me the other guy that was in it, the girl that was in it, Sarah Gellar, and somebody also was telling me that she was married to the lead guy, and she was also pregnant with their daughter at the same time, and now they got divorced. So I got the name of the Cruel Intentions. Yes, Cruel Intentions. Yeah, Cruel Intentions. One of my favorite movies, man. That movie was so good. You guys should check it out this weekend if you're bored. Anyways, sorry, I'm getting off topic. I warned you guys yesterday. I get really chatty on Fridays. Sorry. Anyways, yeah. So where was I now? Yeah, DJ Khaled. Yes. Now I remember. I don't remember the name of the song. I'm the One. That's how I got off track. Sorry. I'm back now. Anyways, shout out to DJ Khaled. One of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this is, shout out to Khaled, 75 million. But can DJ Khaled make another album again? The entire industry is so like separate now and like against each other, especially after this whole like Kendrick and Drake beef. And we all know that DJ Khaled loves to put Drakes on his tracks. Every album, he's like, yo, are the Drake vocals in yet? Are the Drake vocals in yet? Like, you can't do that now at this climate. And especially Drake with everything that's going on with Universal. Like, who are you going to put on the album? Like, you cannot put Kendrick on the album because then people are going to be like, yo, you're against the West Coast. So then you won't be able to put any West Coast artists on it. If he puts Drake on it, then you're going to have the Kendrick people being like, what? How can you put Drake? He lost the battle. Like, it's just, what do you do? What do you do if you're DJ Khaled? How can you make an album with 20 different artists on it in this climate? I don't know. Y'all let me know. And don't get into a whole Drake conversation. As you know, I just, as you can see, I literally just went past it. It's Friday. Let's have some fun, all right? Don't talk to me about me being Drake's #1 fan. It's Friday. Let's have some fun, all right? Drag me if you want. I actually think it's funny. Our third quick story. Alabama Barker denies claims by Bad Baby that she was intimate with Tyga and Soulja Boy. Alabama Barker responds to claims made in a song by Bad Bunny that she was allegedly pregnant by Tyga and intimate with rapper Soulja Boy. Barker has denied these allegations and released a verse of her own. All right, somebody tweeted out and said, did you mess with Soulja Boy or Tyga? And she said, absolutely not. Bad Baby's headline was Bad Baby alleges that Alabama Barker was pregnant by Tyga and had relations with Soulja Boy. So the two of these artists have put out diss tracks or whatever you want to call it. I'm not even going to play it. And they're just going back and forth at each other. I tell you guys about these things for those of you who are interested in it, but I really don't know why we talk about these things sometimes. Who put this in here? There's nobody in here. They're room with me. I had to blame somebody. Our fourth quick story. Lil Yachty regrets picking sides in Nicki Minaj and Cardi B feud. Lil Yachty recently opened up about his past involvement with Nicki Minaj and Cardi B's beef during a recent appearance on Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay Shay podcast. When Sharpe asked about his previous beef with Nicki Minaj, Yachty expressed regret over inserting himself into the drama in the first place. He said, "I hated that I even answered that question because I kind of inserted myself into something that I had nothing to do with," Yachty admitted. He went on to reveal that at the time he was a big fan of Nicki, referring to himself as a part of the Barbs. "I love Nicki," he added, showing appreciation for the rapper despite his early comments. Here is a clip of Yachty. Take a listen.
Can I ask you, why you and Nicki had a beef? You said you wouldn't work with her because your allegiance to Cardi.
I hated that I even answered that question because I kind of just inserted myself in something that had nothing to do with.
I'm definitely going to watch this interview this weekend. I always watch Shannon Sharpe's podcast. Shout out to Shannon. Now, this doesn't make any sense to me. Now, I understand he's backtracking it now, but why would he get himself in this confusion anyways? We all know that Yachty is best friends and boys with Drake. Drake is on Nicki's team. They're teammates. Why would you ever be on Cardi B's side? Now, I love Cardi B, but I could love both of them. If Yachty is cool with Drake, you cannot go on Cardi B's side. You just can't do it. Obviously, Nicki is going to block you for that. He says that in this interview, like he's still blocked to this day from from Nicki Minaj. So I think if I were Nicki, I would do that too. And I think what it is that not only did you just pick Cardi's side, but you're also Drake's boy. You know what I mean? Like, that's just horrible loyalty, you know? Like, look at all the backlash that I go through just for being a Drake fan because I'm Canadian. But at least I'm loyal. You could drag me all you want, but you can't deny that I'm loyal and I am sticking with the home team. So that's why I know that even when people drag me, they still love me for my loyalty at the same time. That was my second Drake reference. It's Friday. Our fifth quick story. Meta will pay Donald Trump $25 million to settle censorship lawsuit he filed against them for suspending his social media account after January the 6th. Meta, the parent company of social media companies like Facebook and Instagram, has settled a lawsuit brought to them by Donald Trump in 2021 after the company suspended his social media account after the results of January the 6th. In 2021, Donald Trump accused Meta of censorship and violating his rights after suspending his social media accounts. 4 years later, the parties have settled. Meta says they'll be making a donation of $22 million to Trump's presidential library and $3 million payment to go towards his legal fees and other plaintiffs in the case. This comes along many changes Meta has recently been making as the new administration is settling in. The company donated $1 million to Trump's inauguration. They recently ended their DEI programs, and they're getting rid of all fact-checking systems on their apps and replacing it with community notes similar to X. Wow. Mark Zuckerberg. Jeez. There's bending the knee, and then there's like bending over backwards and doing like somersaults. I mean, gosh, I have dragged Mark Zuckerberg for this, I don't know, maybe 5 days straight last week or 2 weeks ago when he said he's getting rid of fact checking and all of that stuff. Y'all know me, man. I love everybody. I don't care whose side of the fence you're on, who you vote for or whatever. But what I will do is I will drag you when you hop sides. That's why I dragged Stephen A. Smith, where he's like, oh, I feel like a fool for voting for Kamala Harris, when he's saying that all of these things about Donald Trump, when before Donald Trump won, he was saying the complete opposite. It's the exact reason why I'm not happy with Mark Zuckerberg. You had a case, you settled it with him, you did, what else did the article say? You changing your policies, you're doing all of this stuff or whatever, all for Donald Trump. Mark, what are you going to do in 4 years from now when Donald Trump is not president and suppose a Democrat gets in or suppose an independent gets in? Well, I don't know, it's not going to happen, but what happens? You know what I mean? Like, just find it funny, man. $25 million, $22 million to a library. Mark. Our sixth quick story. Please read DeepSeek's terms and conditions first. All right, for those of you who don't know what DeepSeek is the app, the AI app that literally changed the app conversation completely and took close to $1 trillion out of technology stocks on Monday. Give me a break, okay, people? It's Friday. Like you've never stumbled over a word, all right? Oh boy, it's starting. Here we go. The chattiness and the jokes are starting. It's Friday, people. Yeah, so this is the app that took out the tech stocks on Friday. I'll say tech stocks, it's easier. You should read DeepSeek's terms and conditions before downloading and using the app. You should never input sensitive information into AI models anyways. But how does DeepSeek's privacy differ from US AI models like OpenAI? Most US models don't permanently store your data that you input. They process it to generate the response, but don't store personal user data. And if you have a commercial license, it takes privacy to another level. But that isn't the case for DeepSeek. The data is stored. All right, so another thing I didn't tell you at the top, guess who owns DeepSeek? China. So this is another TikTok that we have on our hands. Why are all these Chinese apps storing our data? And the bigger question, Apple and all these other app stores, is why are you allowing these apps to come over to the US and Canada and other parts of the world, and you're letting them store our data only for the next 2 years or 3 years once we start using these apps for you to yank it down like you're doing on TikTok? Like, I just don't understand what's going on. Anyways, just wanted to put the warning out there. If anybody is using DeepSeek, be very, very careful and be careful what you put in there because it stores all of your data. Oh, I actually have a video because I was about to tell you, but let this girl tell you. Not only does it store your data, but it stores your data and keeps it after you delete the app. Take a listen.
If you're planning on downloading the Chinese AI app DeepSeek, please read the terms and conditions first. DeepSeek retains user data even after an account is deleted. The app explicitly states it has the right to monitor user inputs and outputs, which include sensitive and strategic information.
Now, I love the future. I love AI and everything that's going to come with it. Some of it does scare me, but I'm not one of these people who want to avoid the progress that we're making in our future. But we have to be very, very, very careful. So just be careful. These AI apps and all of these new things coming out, read the terms and conditions. Our seventh quick story. Cenat messes around with his $70,000 robot. This is actually just a funny video. I want to throw it in here. I want to get a robot so badly. I want a Tesla robot. Well, I'm not always the biggest fan of Elon Musk. Sometimes he upsets me. But I want to get some sort of a robot. Like I just said, I love technology. I love technological advancements. Why can't I say technology today? Jeez. Anyways, listen to or watch a video of Kai. I want one.
Oh, wait. Wait, he's actually heavy, right? Watch out.
Now, why he's kicking this robot, I don't know. I guess they're just wanting to see like if they could get the robot mad. I do not want to see no AI robots mad at me. Trust me. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. Are you ready to have robots in your house? I am so ready. Not just because I live alone. Even if I was married, kids or whatever, I love everything. My house is totally like teched out. I walk into places, the lights turn on and things like my house is super automated and I have all up to date. I can control everything in my house from my phone. I can do everything even if I'm in South Africa. Like I am a tech guy. I love it all. Let me know if you guys are excited about AI and if you want a robot like this. I hope you don't treat it like this, but let me know if you're excited. Our seventh quick story. Jennifer Lopez at the Sundance Festival discussing the rehearsal process of Kiss of the Spider Woman. All right. I'm actually putting this up here, not because I want to discuss anything about the Spider-Man movie or Spider-Woman movie. I have a question for you ladies out there. Is this just bad makeup and bad lighting? Or is Jennifer Lopez finally aging? What is going on? I'm going to play the video for you. I Googled, because I know you guys are going to tell me in the comment section, so I Googled it quickly. Jennifer Lopez is 55 years old. In this video, she looks older than 55. What is going on? Some people are saying that this is how she really looks, and then she just has good makeup to make her look younger. Or some people are saying the other way around is that she always looks younger, but this bad makeup is making her look older. I'm a guy. I don't know anything about makeup, so I'm going to play the video. Just concentrate on her looks and her movement and just let me know, like, is Jennifer Lopez aging? Like, what is going on? Take a listen.
Talk a little bit about your rehearsal process. We had a lot less rehearsal than that. We had mere weeks, like intense process. It was like boom, like crash right in.
Now, keep all of these Diddy allegations aside. I know everybody is not the biggest Jennifer Lopez fan right now, but she is still a national treasure. Like, we all love Jennifer Lopez. Again, hopefully that she has nothing to do with this Diddy case, but she's always looking good. She's always, looking good on the red carpets, and she's always looking so young, for like a mother of two, and just everything that she does, she always looks great. It's the first time I've seen her like this. So ladies, let me know in the comment section, is she aging or is this just bad makeup? Let me know. Our 9th quick story. Google Maps to rename Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America for users in the US. All right. This is funny to me. Sorry. All right. So somebody tweeted out and said, social studies educator here. There's no such thing as the Gulf of America. I don't care how many executive orders Trump's issues or tech companies placate him. Full stop. Google says it will change Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. In a post on X on Monday, Google said it will follow the government's lead in changing the names on Google Maps. Mexico president clapped back at Donald Trump's wanting to rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America and suggests the U.S. be renamed to America Mexicana. I don't even get that. So anyways, Google clarifies that the changes will only appear for U.S. users, and international users will see both old name and the new name. However, this decision has faced significant backlash as it is seen as an attempt to rewrite history. If you guys watched the inauguration, you'll know that Elon Musk was there, who we all know is the biggest Donald Trump fan in the world. Bezos was there, who's changed his stance on Donald Trump. Mark Zuckerberg, where I already talked about him. You know who else was there? The CEO of Google, oh my gosh. Well, Trump says we need to change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, so we'll do it tomorrow morning, sir. I'm telling you, man, Trump needs to be studied. I said that yesterday. There's fans and there's people admiring and liking you, and then there's people that like Donald Trump. No hate. Trust me. I take my hat out to him for that. Like, when he has a supporter, they will go to no extent. On one of my Instagram pages, I put out a story that was in yesterday's podcast with Trump, with the Congresswoman wanting to put Trump on the Mount Rushmore. Okay, if you wanted to go check it out, go check it out. It's episode 431. So I put in the stories, and I said the same thing like I said in the podcast yesterday. I said, can we just let Donald Trump finish his second term? Let's see what he does, and then we could discuss if he should be on Mount Rushmore or not. You know what somebody replied to my stories? They just replied, hater. If you look at his avatar, you can tell like he's a big Donald Trump supporter. Like, what? How is that hating? I said, can we just let the man finish? How many of the presidents who are on Mount Rushmore, I honestly don't even know every single one of them right now, but I would bet that they all were up there when they finished their term. Even if they only had one term, I'm sure they waited till it was finished. It wasn't during their term. So, when you people love Donald Trump, you really love him to no extent, man. Shout out to y'all. Our 10th quick story. Bruce says goodbye to Caitlyn Jenner and has now decided to man up. All right, just alert here, like rumor alert. We don't know if this story is true, okay? Caitlyn Jenner spotted out as Bruce again after Donald Trump's banned announcement. Now, I will say that this picture does look more along the lines of Bruce than Caitlyn, but maybe she's just out running errands. Like, I don't know. And it looks like there's some difference up top-ish. But I don't know. I tried to Google. I made some calls to some people, some sources in LA, but I literally just got this maybe a half an hour before, so nobody has gotten back to me yet. While I'm doing the show, if somebody answers me, I will let you know. But from what I've heard, or from what I only gather, I can only say that this is a rumor until I have some confirmation. But I'm putting it out there to you detectives in the comment section. Do you guys know anything about this? Is Caitlyn switching back? Like, what's going on? You know that she is I don't even know what to say, he or she now. You know that she is Republican and a Donald Trump fan. But if now that Trump put this ban out and not recognizing, does Trump call her Bruce? Does Trump call her he? I don't know what to do. And I'm totally not disrespecting anybody out there. You guys know I love everybody. I'm on everyone's side. I literally am just asking a question, and I would like to know if they are. Okay, I just got a text from somebody. Hold on. There's something about Diddy. Okay, anyways, we got to end this and go to the next story. Let me know if you guys know anything about. Let me know if you guys know anything about Caitlyn Jenner. Our 11th quick story. I'll let you guys know about that text message on Monday, okay? We still have to do a little bit more research, but story developing. Diddy and Jay-Z, all right? LiAngelo Ball dropped an official music video for Twerker. All right, LiAngelo Ball, who also goes by the name of Jello, dropped the official visuals for his viral song, Tweaker. Let me tell you guys about this song. This is a song that went super viral and got him a $13 million record deal with Def Jam. I do love this song. It's an old school song. It feels like an old school kind of like Manny Fresh, Hot Boys track. But what I love, what they did is they followed with the feel of the song and the clip, which I'm not going to play for you guys, but the clip that I saw, they're showing up in a Hummer. So really like the old school Hummer. You remember back in the day, all the hip hop videos had Hummers and cars like that. So I really like that they are doing that. But for copyright reasons, I cannot play the video for you. So if you guys want to check it out, check it out. But it's a dope video. Our 12th quick story. Mike Tyson admits that he isn't 100% recovered since his boxing match with Jake Paul. Mike Tyson has been relatively quiet since his record-breaking boxing match with Jake Paul last November. The boxing legend opened up to the New York Post about how he's feeling. He said, "I feel pretty good," the former heavyweight champion of the world said on the red carpet January 25th. He admitted, "I don't know if I'm at 100% recovered, but I feel good." If you recall, in December, Iron Mike Tyson confessed that he suffered memory loss during the match. At the time, he told Fox Sport News, "I don't remember the fight that much. I kind of blanked out a little," he added. "I remember coming back from the first round and Jake was doing something, but I don't remember exactly what it was." I'm not going to say I don't believe Mike Tyson, but I will say that I heard he bought a house with the $20 million that he got from Netflix. I don't know if it's true, but I think this is them trying to make the fight seem a little bit more real. You know, a lot of people were like, this was just entertainment, which we all knew it was entertainment, but a lot of people were like, look, I was really disappointed. This was so staged. It was so rehearsed. It wasn't a good fight or whatever. So I think this is Mike just trying to make it seem like it was real, like, you know, that maybe he got hurt in the match. I don't know, because if you have that much hurt or whatever, how are you out here buying houses, bro? You know what I mean? Our 13th quick story. Disgraced Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein, who was convicted on multiple charges, begs the judge to move him out of Rikers Island and says, "I cannot hold on anymore." Weinstein, who has terminal cancer, was quoted as saying, "I beg the court to help me move up this date so that we could proceed and get me out of this hole. Every day I'm at Rikers Island. It's a mystery to me how I can still walk," Weinstein said to the court while being seated in a wheelchair. "I'm asking and begging you, Your Honor. I cannot hold on anymore. I am only holding on because I want justice for myself and I want this to be over with. I beg you to switch your case and do so out of clemency. I don't know how much longer I can hold on." Harvey, nobody feels sorry for you, bro. And jail is not supposed to be a comfortable place. So your crying is falling on deaf ears. Our 14th quick story. Glorilla is going on tour in March. Bah, 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 bah. Y'all know how much I love Glorilla. I also want to put this in here because I do not see any Canadian dates. What's going on? Glorilla is starting out March the 5th in Oakland, then Dallas, Houston, Jacksonville, Fort Lauderdale, Atlanta, Charlotte, Washington, New York, Boston, Cincinnati, Chicago, St. Louis, Milwaukee, Minneapolis, Coachella, Las Vegas, Oakland, Coachella, Weekend 2, Memphis, and no Canadian dates. At least you got to show up to Toronto, Glow. Like, what's going on? Anyways, I want to throw this in here for you Glorilla fans. Look out and buy your tickets now because I'm sure this is going to get sold out quick. Shout out to Glow. All right, this brings us to social discussion. Donald Trump says federal workers will be terminated if they do not show up to the office by February the 6th. We do not want them working from home because most of the time they are not working. All right, Mr. Trump, that is not true. I owned a retail chain across Canada. I've had hundreds of employees in my time. I have hired over thousands of people, and I have always let those who could work from home, and they have always been amazing all the time. I understand the people that don't like this, that can't work from home. Like, it was a retail store, right? So we had people that had to work on the sales floor. I get that. It sucks. Our managers who work in the store. But if you are able to work from an office, what is the difference if you have to drive into the office or if you stay at home and work? We had offices in Montreal and Toronto, and anybody that had a performance-based job, I was okay if they wanted to call in and say, we want to work from home. Totally got that. I myself love working from home. I actually never worked in the office except for when if I had to come in for meetings or group stuff or whatever, 100%. But I always got a lot more working from home. And my upper management, most of them worked from home. They would come into the stores, see people or whatever. If you have a performance-based job, and what I mean by that is a special task, like for example, like if your task is something like to do with like online, like let's say you manage online, and none of your work is in store. And for example, we had sneakers, right? Like if I know if we have 100 sneakers that come in and 100 sneakers have to go up on the website, why do I care if you're doing it from your couch, from the beach, or from the office? As long as release day comes, which was normally timed Saturday at 10 a.m. Well, online it was Saturday, 8 a.m. As long as those shoes are up there and everything is fine and the pictures are good, I don't care how you do it. I really don't. You know, people who work like in Excel or doing something, if your job is computer based and I know that you're in charge of a task and I can see, hey, you needed to do these 3 assignments or 3 things by the end of the week, as long as they're done, why do I care? Research has shown people that work from home actually work harder or work longer because they're from home. When you're at work, you get so much distraction. I got to go out for lunch. This person's talking to you. There's this joke. There's this drama that's going on with this person or whatever. I totally disagree with this. I think the future will be working from home, and you'll see that there's going to be some companies that don't make it through this transition. So I totally disagree with Donald Trump. I wanted to bring it to you guys to discuss. How do you feel about working from home? I think this is Trump's age showing. Yesterday, we brought, or maybe it was the day before. Anyways, the discussion was, has Trump changed the language of politics? And I gave him credit for speaking like how, you know, the everyday person speaks and not speaking over someone's head. And I said that he has changed the language of politics. And because of that, he's brought in a younger demographic. Yesterday's show, we also told you about his wife, the White House briefing room is now going to allow podcasters and content creators. So Trump has shown a lot of forward thinking and a lot of a younger mentality. I don't always agree with him, but I give him credit when it is due. This is a move that is completely contradictory to those 2 things that I just applauded him for. Let your staff work from wherever they would like. If some of them want to work in the office, that's fine. If some of them want to work from home, that's fine. As long as their managers can see that they're doing their work, if there's a way to check that, that's all that needs to be done, man. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about working from home. And who cares if they're sleeping in or they're doing this, or people are like, oh, they're doing laundry or they're cooking. Who cares? As long as they're doing their hours. If you're not working an hourly job, sorry that I'm going off on this, but as long as you're not an hourly employee, I'm not paying you hourly. I'm giving you a salary. That means it's on a performance. If you could judge somebody on their performance, you shouldn't have to track me hourly. And if you are, pay me hourly then, but pay me my big salary out hourly. You know what I mean? Like, anyways, I'll leave it up to you guys, all right? Sorry, it's Friday. I talk a lot. Sorry.
They're working for the federal government. They must show up to the office on time and on schedule. We don't want them to work from home because, as everyone knows, most of the time they're not working. They're not very productive.
All right, this brings us to question of the day. All right, this is a perfect question for a Friday because it's absolutely ridiculous. If you had to pick one smell to follow you everywhere, what would it be? I don't know where we find these things. All right, somebody said clean laundry, specifically the Downy with the blue top. I actually really do love Downy, or not necessarily Downy, but I do love fresh laundry. My sister always makes fun of me. She's like, oh my gosh, your clothes smell so much like fabric softener. Like, yes, I know, that's the point, because I douse it all over it. Anyways, I use lavender, by the way. Somebody said vanilla. Agreed. Love vanilla. Baby powder and baby oil. I don't know, man. With all the Diddy stuff that's going on, I don't know if you want to be smelling like baby oil out here, all right? Somebody said movie theater popcorn. Does popcorn in the movie smell different than popcorn at home? I don't know if you really have to accentuate that. Somebody said the smell of money. Ugh, gross. I hate money and I hate the smell of money. No. One day I'll tell you guys why I don't like money, all right? I'm successful. I'm very financially secure, but money is like, you never want to be, sorry, I'm going off on another tangent, but you never want, people who want to be successful will be successful. People that want to make money only and focus on that, you'll never be successful. You always have to have another goal, and money can never be it. And when you tell me you love the smell of money, it makes me feel like you just love money, you know? So anyways, laundry smell again. Somebody said white amber. I don't even know what that means. Cocoa butter and cinnamon. I don't know if I love cocoa butter smell to like follow me everywhere. Yikes. Somebody said, well, something that I cannot say, but I'm sure you all could figure that out. Somebody said citrus. Another person said money. Ugh, gross. Coconut. Maybe the taste, the smell. Coconut doesn't even have like a huge smell, right? Let me see. Bakery smell. Yes, that's a real good one. Another person said baby powder. Somebody said, this is a dumb question. I agree. Somebody said my mother smell. That's nice. Roses. I don't understand why people smell roses. Roses don't even smell good. They smell like roses. And I understand that ladies like roses, which I'm not going to go off on another tangent, but I had a discussion with a girl last month about why girls shouldn't like roses. Guys that buy girls roses are the guys that cheat on girls. Just saying. I'll tell you about it another day. Anyways, cashmere. Yeah, not bad. Belgian waffles. Facts. That smells good. Lemon. Ugh, gross. Coffee. Oh my gosh, my cousin was at my house the other day and he put down this coffee cup beside me and I was like, oh my gosh, it smells so bad. And I understand coffee lovers love the smell of coffee, but when you're not a coffee drinker, I'm already excited enough as it is. Can you imagine if I was on coffee? Jeez, I would literally have like a 3-hour podcast. Yeah, anyways, I don't like the smell of coffee because I don't like coffee. What else? Somebody said my husband's cologne. Cute. A Moroccan rose. Maybe a Moroccan rose smells different than other roses. Pink grapefruit. You would want pink grapefruit to follow you around everywhere? Horrible. Black roses. What's up with the roses? Somebody said lavender. Yes. Bacon. Okay, I love the smell of bacon too, but I wouldn't want it to follow me everywhere. All right, I think that's it. Somebody said anything sweet. Vanilla again. Dove pink rosa. I don't know. Fresh oregano or rosemary. To follow you around? Lord. Butter chicken. That's good, but only when you're hungry. Gucci Blossom. I don't know. All right, that's it. Let me know. Sorry, it's not the best question. Let me know in the comment section below. What's a smell that you wouldn't mind following you around every day? All right, this brings us to quick news. Adam Silver, who is the commissioner of the NBA, says that he's a fan of 10-minute quarters. Adam Silver floats the idea of changing from 12 minutes to 10-minute quarters. Here's a video. Take a listen.
As we get more involved in global basketball, the NBA is the only league that plays 48 minutes. And I am a fan of 4 10-minute quarters.
Boo! This sucks. You're going to change all the stats and everything that we have that we've gone on. Saying that you're an NBA champion is not even going to mean the same. The scoring titles are not going to mean the same. 8 minutes off a game times 80 games? This is crazy. This is nuts. Like, nobody will ever be able to beat LeBron's 40 points. 8 whole minutes in a game? Are you crazy? I do not like this idea. I will say, though, that I didn't know, I think I probably knew, but didn't realize that international basketball is played with 10-minute quarters. I never actually, I don't know if I knew that or not. I would just like to think that I would know that. Anyways, whatever. But yeah, I'm not a fan of this. Just because of the history, then you change the game so much. You can never change that. You can make rules changes. You could bring the 3 back a little bit, further or closer or whatever. I understand that the NBA, or for those who don't know, the NBA is experiencing like record declines in viewership. So everybody's trying to throw in ideas on how to make the game better. And I've heard a lot of ideas, but this one sucks. I really do not like it. Anyways, let me not talk for another 5 hours. I'm sure y'all want to get to your Friday. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about the 10-minute quarters, and also think about the history books. Think about all the records, okay? Anyways, that is it for my Friday episode. Thank you so much for kicking with me. Thank you so much for watching this whole week. Great numbers, great likes, great shares. I love y'all. Yeah, man, I read all the comments. This is such a really great community that we are building here. Just want to take 2 seconds out to thank y'all. I don't know. I just feel like I'm getting closer to y'all, man. Anyways, I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyways, before I let you guys go, was I just getting emotional there? Was I just about to go into a moment and then I totally guide it and I was like, all right, let me just move on from that. See? Then we just get in our own way. Emotion comes and we're like, hold on, let's just get away from that. Anyways, at least I can identify it, I'm working on it. Anyways, before I let you guys go, I want to remind you of all the ways to keep up with the Trend Out Loud podcast. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, whenever you cannot catch us on YouTube, you're in the car and you only have access to podcast networks, please try to check us out on podcasts. We're available on all podcast platforms. Just go to your desired site, type in Trend Out Loud, the show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow or subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new show. And just like YouTube, we upload daily. Now, vice versa, for those of you who are used to listening to the show on podcast platforms, please try to check me out on YouTube. It's my favorite way for you guys to watch the show. It's a really good time. And like I said, the community that we are building in the comment section is amazing. So come on over to YouTube. Also, if you think I'm animated on audio, wait till you see me live in person, live and direct on your screens. I'm chatty and mouthy today. I'm tripping over my own words. So on YouTube, just go to YouTube, type in Trend Out Loud, the show will pop up. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Very, very, very important. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. Please comment below. And also, please do not forget to share. It really helps in growing the channel. For those of you who want to follow me on any social platform, it's always the same handle, Trend Out Loud. All right, I think that's it for my Friday episode. Again, thanks for kicking it with me the entire week. I don't know why I can't talk all of a sudden. It's the emotion, Thank you so much for kicking it with me all week. I hope you guys have a great weekend. And don't forget, it's Friday! I'll see y'all on Monday, man. Peace! Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trend Out Loud. Peace! For more content, you could subscribe, download, or listen to the Trent Out Loud podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts, or you could watch us on YouTube. Just search Trent Out Loud. For showtimes and updates, you could follow us on all social platforms at Trent Out Loud.